Today is April 5th, and I'm Derek O'Shea, and this is the Derek O'Shea Show. Hope your weekend was awesome. CBS, or as my grandpa calls it, Communist Broadcasting Systems. CBS separately edits reporters' interaction with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Oh, CBS. You're not reporters, you're not journalists, you're activists. I mean, you're totally journalists. You totally have so much integrity and you're unbiased and blah, blah, blah. Oh, my gosh. If people aren't woken up by the media having an agenda and being activists, then you got to keep telling those people, hey, these people are lying to your face, and they want different specific politicians in power, and they will do whatever it takes to make other politicians who they deem a threat, like DeSantis or that's the big threat now. It's Ron DeSantis. It used to be Ted Cruz. Now it's all about DeSantis. We gotta stop this guy at all costs. We'll fortify his comments. Gosh, don't you? Never mind. Charles Barkley said something during the Final Four weekend that people took all weekend to lose their minds about. This disgusting comment is so aggressive and so unbelievable. I'm going to read this comment to you, but if you are easily offended, close your ears. He said, "I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people." Ugh. Then he continued to say, "But we are so stupid following our politicians, whether they are Republican or Democrats, and their only job is saying, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We got all the money. Let's make all these whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class." And people lost their minds about that comment. Why? Because it's the truth. The truth has a certain way of just irking people that don't want to believe in it. So, what is it? It cuts like a sword, if you will. So, people are saying things like, if you believe this, you're just one of those no good Trump supporters. There's racism in this country, and black people and white people hate each other. If you don't believe this, it's because you're being told lies, and you're living out those lies. Charles Barkley, keep speaking your truth, man. I encourage anyone and everyone that has any kind of status like that to speak truth to that. Don't just be another one of these numbers that you're like, I have a platform, and I need to say things that everyone has said before me. The Delaware State Senate passed legislation banning high-capacity magazines last week. And what's their high-capacity magazine? 17 rounds or more of ammunition. And they're forcing their residents to sell devices to law enforcement or risk prosecution. Good Lord. This is going to be a snowballing effect, people. If you aren't aware or watching this, it's going to continue. One state's going to do it, then another state's going to do it, and then they're going to have who can be the most woke, who can be the most anti-gun state, and they're going to be like, look at us. Our magazines only can hold 2 rounds. We are way more progressive than you. What's the reason you need 3 rounds? That's where it goes. But if the FBI is listening, all my magazines can only hold 5 rounds, so I'm safe. 533 million Facebook users, including full names, locations, and email addresses, and phone numbers, and some biological information, are available free now because of hackers. So there might be another reason you're getting a little bit more of those robocalls this week. If you don't have your security settings on and making sure you're hiding that information, you should do it. The Chinese Communist Party is reportedly detaining Christians in secret facilities and forcing them to renounce their faith or face being tortured for months. See, here's the thing, Chinese Communist Party. Christians, if they're facing torture, they'll just take it because we believe in something higher than anything that you could do to them. Also, as Joe Biden says, it's just a diverse thing. It's just a culturally different way of thinking. It's okay that they're doing that, right? When he was talking about the Uyghur Muslims in his town hall, it's just a diverse way of thinking. It's culturally different. It's not concentration camps, okay? They're not beating these people into submission. No, okay. It's a culturally different thing, and even though that's the reason we have nice iPhones. What? Don't say that. Leadership at Cornell University. Cornell University, ever heard of it? Leadership at Cornell University announced that students and staff must be vaccinated in order to return to campus in the fall. It's going to go to every university because that's another snowball effect is that they're going to all be like, well, we have these measures and we have this measure and blah, blah, blah. But we'll see which ones don't require it. And I'll bet all those conservatives will go there. Beijing muscles in on the South China Sea with their ships, filling it with hundreds of boats leashed together in an act of aggression designed to squeeze out other Asian countries. Beijing doing what Beijing does best. But according to China have claimed that the Chinese vessels off the coast of the Philippines are just merely fishing boats, sheltering from bad weather. It's like something out of a movie, these people. Hunter Biden is back in the news with his interview. He says he 100% never gave his father any money from his international business deals and fully cooperating with federal investigation into his taxes. Joe Biden's like, what, man? I don't need his money. I got enough money. I'm doing way better than him. God. Twitter reverses another 12-hour ban on Majority Taylor Greene after she claims she was suspended for tweeting "He is risen" and "Happy Easter," and it was an accident by Twitter. How come it's always an accident when it's a Republican or conservative talking? It's never, they're just like they're paying one intern sitting by the buzzer watching Majority Taylor Greene's tweets. I'm gonna press it. Get that red button away from him. Man uses a machete to scare off a gang of robbers after they attacked his elderly Asian parents in California. What a savage. This video is nuts. I mean, you just see this gang of kids just robbing this elderly parent, and this big dude jumps from out inside his house with this machete, and they just start booking it. Are machetes even that crazy? You would think that they would probably have guns, but hey, if a guy's running at you with a machete, you better be ready to run. 6 dead and at least 27 others wounded this weekend across Chicago. No one says anything because it's a gun-free zone. They're doing everything they can. All these guns are coming from Indiana. Yes, it's illegal, but they're just coming from the national average price of gas in the United States has risen 20.8% since January. It's on track to hit an average of $3 per gallon this week. Gas tax, gas mileage tax, whatever the Democrats are floating, they don't care about the average working person. Let's be real. They have an agenda that everyone's going to drive electric, despite your ability to drive. It's like they know that you can't make long-distance trips, and they hope that you are on board for the rail system via their electric cars. Putin signs law paving the way to rule Russia into 2036. He's going to sign a law that says, even if I'm dead, I'm still the ruler, okay? And today in history, in 1994, not that long ago, grunge rock icon Kurt Cobain dies from suicide. Or was he killed by his girlfriend? Dun, dun, dun. Conspiracy. That's sad. I love Nirvana. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Derek O'Shea Show. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to my garbage. I mean, my reporting. It means a lot to me. I do a lot of fact checking, and I try not to give you just junk. I hope what I give you makes your day better and makes you feel like you're more informed and not just another one of these conservative or political or liberal, whatever, talking heads where I'm just spitting off whatever's easiest to talk about. I see like right now they're making fun of Hunter Biden saying he smoked Parmesan cheese because he thought it was crack. And I'm like, I get that's funny, but I also know a lot of drug addicts and they would probably do the same. And so it's like, that's just low hanging fruit. There's other things going on in the world that are more important, like Christians being detained and thrown in camps and forced to change their like whole attitudes. And 6 people were dead over Chicago this weekend. And Twitter still doing what Twitter does best, silencing conservatives, saying things like he is risen. And, there's other things going on in the world than just these easy, low-hanging fruit talking points. So I hope I'm different. I hope you guys enjoy my show, and I hope I maybe make you think differently. And, hey, if you guys haven't given my last show a listen to about dealing with trolls and doing things like what you want to do in life, and I just want that little snippets that I did, just a little encouragement to you to continue to fight and continue to live this life to your utmost ability, and don't listen to the haters out there, I guess, if you will. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you a little later for another edition of The Derek O'Shea Show.